We have 4 years program for Bachelor of Engineering with 4 specialization area: aeronautical engineering, energy and sustainability, offshore oil and gas, and robotics. So the student can take one, optional to take one of the specializations. Where for the graduate program, we have basically, if you attend yesterday's welcome session by our Vice Dean, basically we have 2 kind of program. One is research-based program, include the doctoral philosophy, PhD, and the Master of Engineering. So this is what I will focus on this hour, where we have a course-based program. One is on mechanical engineering, other one is on robotics, which will be, mechanical engineering will be in the 5 o'clock today, where robotics will be on the 6 o'clock today. So later on, if you are interested on these 2 things, you can follow up at a different breakout room at 5 o'clock and at 6 o'clock. So this hour, I will focus on the first 2. Basically, we call it research-based program. So this is the latest university ranking for NUS for the engineering faculty, where we call now a College of Design and Engineering, and also for mechanical engineering, we are ranking 9th in the mechanical, aeronautical, and manufacturing engineering in this subject. Okay. Here, just to show you some a little bit about the NUS campus. We are about our the college building is about 10 minutes walk to the seaside, and NUS is quite a large campus. So within NUS, you probably have to travel by the free shuttle bus, and this also showing part of our engineering block, the field, and also the overview of our engineering. This is where our engineering college was, and here is one of the rooftop swimming pool in the U-Town, and also the central library and some campus. Okay, so with this, I gave you a brief overview of our department, and so I will continue to introduce about our graduate program. So for as I said, for this hour, I will mainly focus on research-based program, meaning Master of Engineering, PhD, and also engineering doctor. Now, engineering doctor may not suitable for your guys, because engineering doctor, it was aimed for working professionals at Singapore. Okay, so basically, this engineering doctor is the people from a company if they want to conduct a certain research which is interested in their company. So for the local people, if you are working adults and also your company are interested on this, and probably you can contact me later on. Okay, for the course-based program, you can come back or you can join at 5 or 6 o'clock today. Okay, now the research-based program, we have running this research-based program for many years. So these are the basic requirements if you want to apply our research-based program. So you must have a bachelor degree in the relevant area, and for the Master of Engineering degree, you at least equivalent to NUS second class lower. If you want to apply for PhD, you should be at least up to the second class upper. Okay, so that's the basic requirement. And we also have a English requirement where you have to pass either TOEFL or IELTS test, where the TOEFL test should be higher than 85 and the IELTS test should be higher than 6. Okay, we don't have the requirement for each sections. Okay, now consider current COVID-19 situation, because the test center in some country are closed due to the COVID, and we also accept the IELTS indicator this year. All right. On top of that, from August next year, NUS have put the requirement of GRE. Okay, so which means all the PhD student, if you want to apply NUS PhD, you must have GRE result. Here is the requirement where the verbal and the quantitative must be 320 above. Each of the sections should be 160 and or more, where analytical should be 3.5. So this requirement is will be imposed to from August 2023. So keep that in mind if you are thinking to apply NUS in the future. All right. Then this is the basic requirement of degree requirement. This degree requirement is quite lengthy, but the basic requirement is for you have to finish certain courses. All right. For Master of Engineering is 16 module credit. For PhD 24. Where then you have to finish the graduate seminar report, as well as a certain requirement like English requirement, and also there's also course requirement. Okay. Now this course requirement is really equipped for student, like how to get information literature, how to communicate, and so forth. And you need to finish the program report every 6 months. And finally, you have to finish a thesis, right? And you can see for the Master of Engineering and the PhD, the requirement of the thesis are different. Okay, for PhD student, where under scholarship, if you are international student under scholarship, you also need to finish 416 hours teaching resistant or research assistant work. And for PhD student, you have to pass the qualified exam within the first 2 years. Okay. Then here is the course of our graduate study. Basically, we offer this course once a year. Some courses are twice a year, and basically the student pick up the needed course in this list together with the master student to study to fulfill the requirement of the coursework. Then, of course, for the PhD student, you need to pass the qualified exam, where the two parts, one is we call the comprehensive exam or written exam, the other one is oral exam within the first 2 years. And you have to, write a research proposal where you defend your proposal at the panel. All right. And then you at the end of your term, you have to finish the thesis and pass through the thesis exam. And for PhD student, the exam is oral exam, okay, which will cover about 1.5 to 2 hours time for the final exam. Now, probably most of the students interested about tuition fee and the financial support, okay? NUS offered the competitive research scholarship to number of students. Of course, this scholarship is very competitive. We also have other scholarship, other kind of scholarship, which is also on the competitive basis. The tuition fee for this year is published actually in this website, which is NUS Registrar Office, and it might change year to year. So the number I list here is only for this year. Next year, I don't know yet. But you can see there's a different category for Singapore citizen, PR, or international student with service obligation or without service obligation. So that's this is a different. All these are published at the NUS website. Okay, the cost of living in Singapore is relatively cheap. Okay, rough estimation is about $1,000 per month. This is a rough estimation. All right. The application, we have 2 intakes a year. Okay, one in the August, one in the January. So the August application typically it's start from January to April, and for the January intake it start July to September of the year before. Okay, For the detail, you can look this website, or you can contact our officer at the department, Miss Li Mingqiao, and she is responsible for the application. All right. Then, of course, for the PhD student, you need to find our staff in the relevant research area, and you can visit our website here to looking for the staff, and you can discuss with the staff about your interest, and also the important whether he has a research scholarship or research position. And do not miss the application close date, and then you should submit all those needed documents online, and then we will process from there. Okay, so with this brief introduction, I will stop here. And because of the time, I'm not going to take the question right now, but if you have any question, you can write in this chat box, okay? And I will try to answer. If I have time today, I will try to answer after all the presentation. If not, because this session is recorded, so we will put all the answer to the in the later on in our website. Okay, so so I will stop here. What I will do is I will ask the Junwei, are you joining us? Okay, Junwei is our current student. I'm not quite sure whether he joined or not, because he sent me an email yesterday, said he has he's not in the good health. So let me check with him. But before that, I probably I will ask Professor Li Tao from Xi'an Jiaotong University, who is our alumni, and to share with you about her experience at NUS, as well as how the NUS helped her to develop in her career. Li Tao was the student at the ME department from 2009 to 2013 for PhD degree. Before that, actually, she did a bachelor with department also. And right now, she is a professor at Xi'an Jiaotong University in China. So, Li Tao, please, now all yours.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much for the introduction. So good afternoon, professors, students, and friends. So it's my great honor to have this opportunity sharing my thoughts and my history with ME and NUS here today. So like Prof. Zheng said, I obtained my PhD degree in the Department of Mechanical Engineering about 9 years ago. Already, it's pretty long time. And I'm currently the professor at Xi'an Jiaotong University in China. And actually, I cannot imagine a future like this, to become a professor or to have speech today. And I have to say that when you are well prepared, life is full of wonderful surprises. So I spent the most precious 7 years of my life in ME at NUS, and as an undergraduate freshman until I become Dr. Li. So I'm proud to say that NUS shaped part of my personalities and definitely built the foundation of my scientific knowledge, my technical skills, and definitely my future career. I think the most important things I learned here is that I dare to challenge myself and believe that I can do anything. You know, my major for both undergraduate and graduate was mechanical engineering, and my postdoc was conducted in the Department of Physics and Astronomy in the United States, where I started my journey towards physics world. And now I'm working in the Department of Material Science and Engineering in China. So my current research interest involves spintronics materials and devices, as well as two-dimensional materials. And so apparently, my training in mechanical engineering prepared me to join different research fields and tackle many multidisciplinary problems. So I like to say that actually NUS train their students not only on knowledge and skills, but also the ability to learn, to survive, and to thrive in lifetime. And so my impression of the atmosphere in NUS actually is free, independent, inspiring, and caring. So it has brilliant professors who are willing to share their knowledge and experience to us, also guide us towards our planned future and our dreams. So I'd like to take this opportunity to express my sincere gratitude to my PhD advisor, okay, our host today, Prof. Deng. So he's such a nice and wise and caring person. So thank you so much for the selfless support always. And as a postgraduate student, so we spend most of the time in campus, like doing experiments and having discussions and taking care of certain administrative affairs. So I feel so lucky that we have various groups of professionals to assist us to handle all different kinds of matters at NUS. So in our lab, we have responsible lab managers and officers who keep a safe and pleasant lab environment and help students with their daily experiments. And the administration staffs, they also make students' university life much easier. So the entire organization and system of ME and NUS actually are quite efficient for every student. So besides the campus life, so when I was a PhD student, I also have many opportunities to communicate with professionals in my field. So I travel overseas attending, I would say many conferences or doing experiments. And during the course of all these conferences, I met my postdoc supervisor, who is a renowned scientist in the field, so that I have a chance to join his group almost immediately after my graduation. So I feel NUS is an excellent platform for students to develop their knowledge spectrum, their abilities, connections, and even life skills. So I have to say that NUS and ME play an indispensable role for what I have achieved today. So for foreign students, including myself, coming to NUS also means living in a different country. So I came to Singapore when I was 16 years old. So I spent more than 13 years here. And Singapore is no doubt my second hometown. It's a safe, clean, modern, and convenient place. Also, it's hot, humid, and small size. So, but no matter what, I still love this place. And you can experience diversity of cultures here. I think the internet is just not that well. Okay, never mind. So, and many of our friends may not be local, and they may come from different Asian countries and from even from different continents. So Singapore is such a unique country that different languages and cultures are unified so well. So if you have a natural ability with words, you may master English, Hokkien, Cantonese, Malay, or Hindi. So after your graduation from NUS. And we all know that NUS is one of the top ranked university all over the world. And the graduates from NUS actually are well recognized in many countries in all different fields, including academias and industrial fields. So myself also benefit from it. And NUS definitely got me prepared for my future. And lastly, I'm very honored that I'm one of the graduates of ME in NUS. And thank you again for inviting me to share the moment at this first ever graduate education fair. I think that's pretty much I would like to share with all the prospective junior fellows. And I think it's a quite good choice to come to NUS to pursue your postgraduate studies, and you will not regret it. Yeah, I think that's all I would like to share. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Litao. And yeah, there is a question in the chat box for you. So maybe you can answer it later on. After all the presentation. Okay.
Okay.
So
No problem.
what you guys have heard now is Professor Litao from Xi'an Jiaotong University, and she worked in the academic field after graduate from NUS. Now I'd like to invite another alumni, Dr. Zhu Jing, who is also a graduate from ME department. And she is actually working in the industry after graduation. And we can hear from her about her, her experience in at NUS, as well as what